I have a question for you, Cal.
Yo, hit me up.
So this podcast is a little bit about like mental strength and mental resilience and stuff. So everyone knows your ride to the UFC wasn't easy, and you got really close sometimes, and then took an L. Got really close, took an L. How did you not lose vision when a lot of people sort of counted you out, and it was looking like even after like ACB, you just like got straight back on the horse and went back to work to then people were looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing this for? But you never slowed down. You never took your eyes off the prize, sort of thing. How did you do that?
Yeah, look, that ACB one was rough because I think we were riding 8 or 9 wins in a row and looking really good, looking number one in the country, and then big old Marston came and twisted my knee, which was very nice of him. But after that, it was very disheartening, especially with all the weight cutting. But what you have to look at there is what your goals are. As much as UFC was my goal, that's where I wanted to go. I just love fighting. You know what I mean? I legit love it. I love the sport. You know what I mean? But when I'm not training with you guys, I'm at home 9 times out of 10 watching fights or coaching, or like I love it. So if my body is still capable of doing it, I want to do it. There's not much more I want to do than train and fight. So that's what was my motivation. That's what was easy for me to get in and seek that fight, which was really lucky because if we didn't go and get that fight with BJ, we wouldn't have got our shot in the UFC.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. You have to love it. If you want to do it, you have to love it. You have to put it before everything.
But it's not just about the fighting as well, but it's about, I mean, look, you're on a podcast and you're looking after your 2 girls. Yeah. That obviously happens in training as well. I got my daughter now, so I understand what you've gone through, however long. Training, taking the girls to training sessions, making sure they're fed in between training sessions. Mine's still a baby, so I'm changing nappies in between sessions. I've got her, so she's in daycare normally 2 days a week, so I've got her 3 days of the week. Sometimes she's in the car with me for over 3.5 hours a day driving. So that comes into play as well in terms of resilience and just that sort of mindset. How do you find yourself juggling all that, or is it just normal now? You've done it for so long, normal.
Yeah, it is rough. Like again, and I hate giving him compliments, but working with someone like Dan who's gone through a lot of that before I did, and and we had such a training group that because I had some older guys in there like Dan, and before I even had my kids, Arky and Eric, they were hanging around the sessions as well. To have your children at a session wasn't that much of a surprise. So to make that transition wasn't as difficult. But like you said, you've got to enjoy every aspect. Everyone can enjoy getting in there and knocking someone out or ripping someone's arm off in the middle of a cage in front of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. But do you enjoy getting punched in the head by young guns in a gym when there's no one watching? Or Dan Kelly's probably screaming at you. You've got to love that too. Otherwise you won't, mate. Yeah. Otherwise you won't get up and get in the gym.
It definitely takes a different type of person to be able to do what we do.
100%.
Like you said, how many the retention rate of people that come to spar, and we're probably at hundreds of people who come to spar. We've probably got a core group of 15 guys that actually stay.
It's how many guys stay when they don't have anything booked?
Yeah, that's the question. 100%. That's the thing. They're the people that I look at as they haven't made that transition into loving every aspect. They love to fight, and they'll make the effort when there's a fight on. But if there's no fight, they're not trained. Mate, I don't care if I never fight again. I'd still be down there every week just to get a roll in. And I love that. I love that aspect, to hang around and talk shit, the team aspect and hanging around with the boys and getting hard work done. I love it. I'm pulling my hair out at the moment, not being able to get it every week.
But that's the reality of it. Looking after your kids, it's. I mean, people have this perception of. I've mentioned before, people see these countdowns and prime times, and they're the champions in the UFC. They probably living that flashy sort of life. A lot of them have kids too, so that's you're not necessarily seeing the full picture there. So people think it's all glitz and glamour. You get into the UFC. I got into the Ultimate Fighter. I didn't even win it. I got home. I hadn't even fought in the UFC, just the Ultimate Fighter. And someone goes to me, "What are you still doing in Epping?" Shouldn't you be living in some big house somewhere? I was like, are you serious?
When I won the Contender Series, it went around Bendigo that I'd won a 6-figure contract, like a 6-figure per fight contract. I was just like, I wish.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
I wouldn't mind that.
I think
Fuck,
these
it
guys.
wouldn't be bad.
I think a lot of people now have this false perception, and they have, even if it's just on the pro circuit, like they win 2-3 fights, and they're wondering why they're not getting paid millions of dollars in the UFC. It's like there's hard work, and even the guys in the UFC, it's not like that.
If you're the number one guy in the country for MMA, you're the number one guy unsigned in the country. If you're making $3,000, you're fucking doing well.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh, mate.
I think when people, they expect so much, and then when they realize the reality of it, even with training, you see these high level athletes put up training videos, and they're like, flashy training sessions and doing fancy pad work. It's not like that at all. It's a grind. You get punched in the face. It's really, like I said, you gotta grind through it. I think what the prime time puts up and all these countdowns to sporting events, they put up the glitz and glamour. Obviously, that's what they want to sort of put out there to the public to gain interest. But yeah, these people go in there thinking that's what it's really like. It's not at all.